The light waves enter the eye through the cornea, a transparent protective window that is constantly being washed by tears, keeping it moist and clean. After moving through the cornea, the light traverses the pupil. The pupil is a dark hole found in the center of the iris, the colored part of the eye. It is present in the eye in the form of a thin diaphragm. The iris lies between the cornea and the crystalline lens. The color is due to the presence of a pigment. It is the iris that gives your eyes a particular color. The basic iris colors are blue, green, and brown. Majority of humans have varying shades of these colors. It is composed of connective tissues and smooth muscle fibers. The composition of the iris enables it to dilate or contract the pupil, which in turn controls the amount of light that falls on the retina. The size of the pupil opening depends on the amount of light in the environment. The dimmer the surroundings, the more the pupil opens in order to allow more light to enter. Once light passes through the pupil, it enters the lens, which is located directly behind the pupil. It is transparent, elastic, and crystalline. The lens acts to bend the rays of light so that they get properly focused on the rear of the eye. The retina, where the electromagnetic energy of light is converted into messages that the brain can use. The retina is actually a thin layer of nerve cells at the back of the eyeball, containing two kinds of light-sensitive receptor cells, the rods, which are long and cylindrical, and cones, which are short and thick. Cones are located in the macula, or central area of the retina. Cone cells help us see color and detail. Similarly, the macula allows us to read and clearly recognize people's facial detail, such as eye color and whether they have freckles, while rods are related to vision and dimly lit situation, just like in night vision, and in peripheral vision, which is used in seeing objects that are outside the main center of focus. The rods and the cones are distributed unevenly throughout the retina, with the greatest concentration of cones on the part of the retina, which is called the fovea. The fovea is a partly sensitive region of the retina. This small part of our retina is responsible for our highest visual acuity. It is the center of our central vision. The neural impulses originating from the rods and the cones are channeled through the optic nerve to the occipital lobe of the brain, where the visual brain is located. The continuation of the axons of the ganglion cells in the retina is known as the optic nerve. It connects the eye with the brain. The optic nerve emerges from the back of the eye, travels through the skull, and stops inside the skull bone. From the skull bone, the nerves move through the lateral geniculate body, the internal capsule, and ends up at the back of the brain. This part of the brain is known as visual cortex. It is responsible for receiving information from the eyes and interpreting it.
So first light waves will pass through the cornea,
then to the pupil,
and then to the lens,
then to the retina,
and then to the optical nerve.
then it will go to the brain.
Wow! Amazing! So we don't have enough time, so let's proceed to our next question from one of our viewer.
Good morning, Doc. I want to ask what are the common eye disorders or eye problems? What causes those disorders? And is there a way to prevent having one of those eye disorders? And if ever, a person has one of those eye disorders, is there a solution to make his or her eyes normal?
To the answer to that question, the two common disorder in the eye would be the macular degeneration and the eye cataract.
And it would be like this.
Macular degeneration is a medical condition which usually affects older adults and results in a loss of vision in the center of the visual field, the macula, because of damage to the retina. It occurs in dry and wet forms. It is a major cause of blindness and visual impairment in older adults, which are 50 years above. Macular degeneration can make it difficult or impossible to read or recognize faces, although enough peripheral vision remains to allow other activities of daily life. Treatment for wet macular degeneration is commonly treated with injections, photodynamic therapy, or surgery, but in dry macular degeneration, many doctors just prescribe certain supplements. The next common eye disorder would be the eye cataract. A cataract is a clouding of the lens inside the eye, which leads to a decrease in vision. It is the most common cause of blindness, and it is conventionally treated with surgery. Visual loss occurs because opacification of the lens obstructs light from passing and being focused on the retina at the back of the eye. Treatments for eye cataract would be extracapsular extraction, wherein it is a surgery consists of removing the lens but leaving the majority of the lens capsule intact. Another is phacoemulsification, wherein it refers to modern cataract surgery in which the eye's internal lens is emulsified with an ultrasonic handpiece and aspirated from the eye.
Our eyes is very important sense organ of our body. We learned a lot of it from Mr. Chidoro Mondragon.
Yeah, Dr. Chidoro Mondragon, we really thank you having you here. We really appreciate you coming here.
Thank you. So that ends our discussion for the first sense, which is the visual sense. So don't get away, because we'll be right back.
Stay tuned.
Okay, say dito po.
Poor eyesight leads to poor performance. For state-of-the-art service and affordable eyewear, go to EO Executive Optical. Love your eyes.
Next.
Ambitious too, baby.
More women suffer from eye damage than men. For state-of-the-art service and affordable eyewear, go to EO Executive Optical. Love your eyes.